Now, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Our guests are William Binney, who is technical director of the NSA's World Geopolitical Military Analysis Reporting Group. He worked with the NSA for almost 40 years, national security agency. We're also joined by Laura Poitras, the Oscar-nominated filmmaker, and Jacob Appelbaum, computer security researcher. You two have something in common with each other. Every time you come into the United States by plane, you are stopped, you are searched, you are interrogated. Laura Poitras, tell us about your experience, your latest one.
Right. Well, I mean, I've been stopped at the border since 2006, since I started working on this series of films looking at U.S. post 9/11. And so I've actually lost count to how many times I've been detained at the border, but it's, I think, around 40 times. And
40.
40, right. And on this particular trip, lately they've been actually sending someone from the Department of Homeland Security to question me in the departing city. So I was questioned in London about what I was doing. I told them I was a journalist and that, you know, my work is protected and I wasn't going to discuss it. And then on this particular occasion, I landed at Newark Airport, and what they do when I'm flying, they do passport control inspection at the gate. So they make everyone who's deplaning show their passport, and so that's how they.
So they don't even wait for you to get to
no, I don't
immigration.
get into immigration. I get the escorted treatment.
So they make everyone show their passport until they get to you,
right?
And then they take you off the plane.
And then they take me away, and then I'm escorted first through immigrations. And so this has been going on. You know, I've been through this several times and kind of know how it goes. But what happened on this particular trip, which was very disturbing. So
just a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So I was met by two agents at Newark. One of them was Agent Wassam, and when they met me, I took out my pen and paper to note their names and the time, and because I've always taken notes, so I have a record of the questions that I'm asked and how long I'm detained for, what's the focus of the interrogation, what they're doing to me. And on this occasion, I took out my pen, and I was ordered to put away my pen, and I didn't, and I continued to take notes, and I was ordered again to put away the pen, and I didn't, and then he threatened to handcuff me for not putting away my pen. And at that point, I put away my pen and then walked to immigration and took out my pen again to take notes, was ordered again to put away my pen, and then was taken into secondary screening and asked to speak to a supervisor, explained I was a journalist, explained that legal counsel has told me that I should be taking notes of my detention and interrogation, and then I was told that I couldn't take notes, that I was free to take notes after I was finished being questioned. And
under the theory that what the pen was a weapon?
Oh yeah, that's right. They said that my pen was a dangerous weapon. So that's Agent Wassam who said that my pen was a threat to them. And you know, I mean, in terms of the context, you have to understand that I'm surrounded by border agents who are all carrying guns, and I'm taking out a pen that they find threatening. And so this was, you know, profoundly upsetting, and then I was taken directly into an interrogation room and questioned. I took out my pen again. I was ordered by another agent to put it away, and this went on for quite some time, and I was told during this interrogation. I mean, I'm always asserting my rights as a journalist to not reveal my work, my sources.
You did a film on Yemen, you did a film on Iraq.
Yeah. And so this detention started after I finished the first film in 2006, which was about the occupation of Iraq. And I was told that I was refusing to cooperate with an investigation. And then he said, well, it wasn't an investigation, it was questioning, but that I was refusing to cooperate. And then I asserted my rights, that actually asserting one's rights is not refusing to cooperate. And so this went on for quite some time. And I mean, it's something that's been happening for a while, and I've talked about it publicly, but also have been hesitant to, because I don't want to jeopardize the work that I do. And
they took your computer?
Not on this trip, no.
They've taken your computer?
Yeah, on one occasion they took my computer.
They've taken your phone?
Yeah, on one occasion. It was right after, a few days after I was actually maybe a week after Jacob's computer was detained.
Democracy Now! Contacted the Department of Homeland Security for an explanation of why you were detained and interrogated at the airport on April 5th. We received a reply from Anthony Bucchi, the public affairs specialist, that's BUCCI, in New York City for U.S. Customs and Borders Protection. He emailed, quote, due to privacy laws, U.S. Customs and Border Protection is prohibited from discussing specific cases. He went on to write, quote, our dual mission is to facilitate travel in the United States while we secure our borders, our people, and our visitors from those that would do us harm, like terrorists and terrorist weapons, criminals, and contraband. He did not answer our additional questions.
Well, I guess I should add journalists to that list.